Hey, welcome to My Dude Watch. My name is Jason, and man, do I have a stunner for you. This diver has 316L stainless steel, 200 meters of water resistance, sapphire crystal, and that dial is smoking hot. And this diver has a lot to like about her. She's got some opportunities as well. We'll discuss those, so don't go anywhere. Okay, so you are looking at the Cadisen C8229. This is a very attractive dial. It's got a simplistic take on the iconic Seiko SKX. So today we're going to give a white glove inspection to this Cadisen dive watch, and we're looking for two questions and their answers. The first is how are the functions, and the second is she reliable? But before we get into the Cadisen, let's do a quick wrist check. This is the Rudlin F018, which is powered by the Seagull ST17 automatic movement. Okay, let's get going. Here's the Cadisen and the tail of the tape. Okay, here we go. She measures in at 40 millimeters right across the top. Her height is 12.4 millimeters, including the crystal. The lug-to-lug measures only 46 millimeters, and she has 20 millimeter lugs, which taper down to 16 at the clasp. And she weighs in at 134 grams. The 8220 is constructed of 316L stainless steel everywhere: the bezel, the case, the bracelet, the case back, and the screw-down crown. This is a popular and robust diver and is considered to be an affordable luxury sports watch, with its stainless steel structure and that beautiful sapphire crystal safeguarding the dial. So the first thing you notice as you look at the case is all of that polish on the flanks. Those sides will bring a lot of light play, but you know what else it'll bring? Fingerprints. This case finish is decent. It's not great. You'll see the circular brushing on the lug hoods and the top of the case. And here is a profile shot. Shows the turn down of the lugs. This will help with that fit on the wrist. I really like the bevel here. It comes down from the midsection where the case meets the bezel, and it angles down to the lug tips. The polish really does a nice job with the transition from the sides to the top. And let's flip the watch over and take a look at the case back. It's a fairly traditional screw-down case back. You can see around the outer edge of the case is some basic specs, including acknowledging the crystal is sapphire. And we're moving over to the signed screw-down crown. The crown protectors around it are large, and that makes for grasping the crown a little more challenging. Once you're able to get the crown in position, it's easy to maneuver. And now let's move to the top of the case and have a look at the bezel. This is a coin edge bezel grip. Let's give it a turn. It actually turns easy, maybe a little too easy. It's loosey-goosey. It has a little bounce and quite a bit of back play. This is a 120 click unidirectional bezel with a ceramic bezel insert. The bezel looks great, and here is a profile picture of it. It shows a tall bezel. It's really tall to allow for easier maneuverability and easier to grasp. This bezel is very attractive with its Batman black and blue. And let's move over to the bracelet, where it's made of 316L stainless steel. Okay, this 5-link bracelet has brushed outer links, and the center link is brushed as well. This bracelet is 20 millimeters at the lug and tapers down to 16 millimeters at the clasp. And here is the etched Cadisen branding located on the 2-button push security clasp. And I do want to point out these links are solid, as are the end links. The bracelet is surprisingly good. It's very comfortable and feels good on the wrist. And lastly, about the bracelet, it has push pins that are holding the watch together. And now we're going to turn the lights out and do a lume test. I have to be honest, this is very good lume, and I wasn't expecting that. And have a look at this lume. It's doing the job. It shines bright from the get-go, and it's easily legible through the night. And we're going to move over and take a closer look at that all-important dial. This is a very attractive dial, and part of the attraction is the simplicity. The bezel surrounding the dial is dark black and blue gloss. Looking closer at the dial, there's a nice sunburst effect. These embassies are all nicely applied and well balanced. And along the outer edge of the dial, you'll see the blue chapter ring with white minute markers. The minute hand and second hand reaches all the way out to the minute markers. It's got an arrowhead, which is a nice touch on the minute hand. And let's take notice of the exceedingly white embassies. It's a brilliant white. All these embassies and the hands are bordered with silver. Just under the 12 o'clock position, we see the Cadisen logo in print. And it's balanced and easily legible. There's a date window at the 3 o'clock, and I know some of you don't like that and others will. And you can also see the Cyclop window right here, which is made of mineral crystal. And moving south on the dial, we'll see the print just above the 6 o'clock position that reads automatic in cursive print. This is one of the more legible dials I've ever seen. Okay, we're at the point of the video now where we try to break it all down. Everything that we've discussed before, we're going to take it to a segment called Gripes and Likes. And we'll start with the gripes. And number one is the bezel. The bezel's too loose, it's got too much bounce in it, and quite a bit of backplay. Number two is the crown. Those crown protectors do a great job in protecting the crown, but it also makes it very difficult to grasp. And number three, which is more of an observation than a complaint, is I really don't like that Cyclops window. And now the likes. Number one, legibility. The time at a glance test that we do works perfect with this watch. And number two, the bracelet. It's very comfortable, it's fluid, and feels great on the wrist. And number three, the value versus cost ratio works in favor of value. Now, do we recommend this watch? Oh yeah. Hey, you made it to the end of another video, and we appreciate that. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions about this Cadisen or the other 200 watches that we have on our website, go to www.mydudewatch.com. Hey, and thanks for watching again. My name is Jason with My Dude Watch. Hey, and lastly, thanks again for watching. We appreciate that. My name is Jason with My Dude Watch, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and don't forget, dudes can't be late.